Talking about head coach Hilliary Scott from Lynchburg College men's basketball. They were picked number 4 in this year's ODAC preseason poll. Coach, last year, a historic season for the Hornets men's basketball team, and really for Hornets basketball in general, with your women also winning an ODAC title. But you won the men's program's first conference championship since 1979, made a trip to the NCAA tournament, won a game there, nearly won a second game coming through against Ohio Wesleyan. Talk a little bit about that experience from last year first, and then how that may affect your program coming into this season and in future years.
Well, I mean, JJ was a historic year, obviously. I think the neatest thing about last year as a coach is actually accomplishing something that you talk about all the time on a day-to-day basis and really actually seeing that happen. We referenced the 1979 team probably every day since I've been at the job. And, we've talked to guys about doing something special, doing something that no one has done in a long time. And I can remember in the recruiting process telling Alex Graves, hey, you got a chance to be one of the best players to ever come through here. And really to see all those things actually happen was probably the neatest thing. And, sitting back and watching our guys celebrate and the joy in their faces to accomplish something that we've talked about for a long time is going to be super special. And you touched on it, having a chance to do that on the same day with the women. Women had never done it before. And so it was a really good day for just Lynchburg basketball in general and just a historic year. But what that has done is I think we've got a unique team this year since we've got a lot of returning guards back, replacing some of our inside players. But our old guys got a taste of it last year and they want to go back. They want to do it better than last year. And our new guys have never done it before, so they want to experience it. So, I think with that blend has lent us to some really good practices the last couple weeks. We've got a group of new guys who like the gym, who like to be in the gym, who like to work out. So that's helped us in terms of hitting the ground running. So we're excited about this season. I don't know where that translates in terms of wins and losses, but I think this will be a fun team to coach. We've got a mix of some old guys and some new guys, and I think now it's the job of us as a staff to try to blend those guys.
When you take a look at this season coming in, you've got a chance to do something. Obviously, last year being a historic season, so this year you've got a chance to do something in a more condensed milestone or benchmark. Is that you get to the opportunity to be the first repeat champion of the ODAC since 05-06. What do you think is one of the most important things you need to do to try and make that happen this season with your squad? What's the toughest hurdle to overcome now in trying to reach that first goal?
Well, I just think last year's team, we had everybody back from the previous year. So things are a little easier in terms of, teaching, putting things in. I can remember guys calling plays we haven't even put in yet, and that's just from years past. So that sense is going to be a little different this year. We've got to spend a little bit more time in teaching the new guys. But I'm seeing it as a positive for us because we don't necessarily have to talk about last year's team because half of them wasn't on it. And so, being able to kind of use this as a brand new thing for us. We certainly have turned the page from last year's team, and we don't have to talk about it much. Because we have a bunch of guys who wasn't on it. So we had a great celebration during our Midnight Madness. It was a great way of us celebrating last year's team. And it was also a chance for us to turn the page and now focus on this year.
When you take a look at the league this year, and it appears to be just as difficult as in the past, but the results didn't pan out last year with your squad as the ODAC champion, the only squad to make the NCAA tournament. Yep. Some coaches have talked about the league was relatively young last year. Some coaches have talked about how beating up each other in the league was the cause of that. Yep. What do you see from last year coming into this year, and how do you think a resurgence of the league is going to happen this season?
Well, I think it's going to be another wacky year, to be honest with you. I mean, you take Ronan, for instance, on last year's season. They were picked preseason 7 or 8. Can't remember, but I know it was towards the bottom part of the conference, and here they are playing in the last weekend of for a regular season title. We were picked second last year, and we ended up finishing first. So this is going to be another wacky year. Top 2 teams kind of separated themselves in terms of votes, but everyone else is you can put a name in a hat and see what happens, which makes it exciting because I think truly we've got a bunch of guys who has a chance to do something. And, so I think that's going to bode for another, crazy year. In terms of us, we're playing a really tough out-of-conference schedule this year. So I hope that will help us get ready for the ODAC season. But yeah, we were fairly. We had some teams that were young last year. They're obviously going to get older, but I feel like every year is going to be tough, and so I don't expect anything different this season and seasons to come.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining me today, and good luck this
All
season.
right, thank you, JJ.